What's going on, YouTube? DJ Cam in the house. This is my setup right here. I wanted to walk you guys through, just give you some general information of what I'm working with and the equipment that I have. So right out of the gates, as you guys can see, I got Technics SL-1200 MK2s. This is a great platform here. Love this turntable. A little bit about them. They're Japanese made, superior engineering. The MK2s, they derive from the 70s, late 70s. So you figure something that's 20 to 30 years that turntablists are still using to this day, it's for a reason. So if you go on YouTube and you check out the internet, you'll come across a lot of turntablists that use Techniques. It's for a reason. It's because of the sheer quality build of this platform here. Really good turntable, really precise. Just a quick overview. Basically, this is how you turn on and off the turntable. Start and stop the platter. You could select your different size vinyl, 33s and 45s. Press the button, light comes on, it changes. This is a light that assists for DJing when you need it. It's pretty cool. This here is your pitch adjustment. You can move it up to speed it up or slow it down. So basically this is what you use when you're mixing to help with that. What else do I got? Let's see, on here I have working with the Novation dicers. For those that are thinking about purchasing these, I highly recommend them. They're not too expensive. They work great. And the way this works is by utilizing Serato program and the cue points that you've manually gone in and set. By plugging this in via USB to your MacBook or your computer, your cue points will automatically come up. So as you can see, there's a few options. You got your cue points that come up, so you could sit here and adjust them on the fly, as opposed to sitting here and trying to find them. Automatically come up. You have a type of loop function at different ratios, and then you have, like, I call it like a dice, like a cut. Basically, it just chops it up real quick, and then you have different intervals for that. So those are the options. Really handy. They plug right in, and again, they connect to your laptop via USB. What else do I got here? Complementing the turntable, I'm messing with the Shure M44-7 Legendary. So just to break it down for those that know, there's basically three parts of a needle. You have your head shell, which basically it screws into. You have your midsection, which is the cartridge, and then you have your stylus. A lot of people call them needles, but they're called styluses. Not too difficult to work on. Just be really delicate. These things screw off the head shell assembly, and basically the wiring. Good pair of needle nose pliers and a steady hand, and you're in business for maintenance. So they're not too difficult. Highly recommend these. You're gonna pay a little bit for them, but you know how it works. You get what you pay for. So they're running about 85 bucks. I'm sure anywhere online it's gonna be a little bit cheaper, but they're worth it. You could hear it in the speakers. You could hear it in the quality. I've been there. I've done that. I wasted my time. I just went straight to what I thought was the best, and for me that's the Shure M44-7s. They're cool, very difficult to skip, so that's essential if you're DJing an important event. You want that good equipment. So what else do I got? I got the legendary DJM 909 by Pioneer. So for those that know DJ Jazzy Jeff, he was the one that put this sucker on the map. This thing is a tank. I love it. In a nutshell, you have basically over 50 effects to choose from. It's not lit up right now, but you have a touchscreen LCD screen. Basically, and you assign them. In this case, they're called banks. So you have 3 different banks for each channel, left and right. So you have bank 1, bank 2, and bank 3. So what you do is you have a pool of 50 effects. Each bank you could assign 3, so a total of 9. 3, 3, 3, 9 for each channel. Really easy to program. Just go through the menu, toggle through them. When you like an effect that you like, just go and assign it to a bank. Boom, it's programmed in. It's really easy. And you could also override them on the spot. So, you know, you want to adjust from an echo to a flanger to whatever, you know, whatever you need. You go in the you go within the banks and you simply select it. Boom, hit memory, and it's assigned. So, and it saves them automatically to the bank that which you assign them to. So it's really cool, not too difficult. I'm really feeling this mixer. It's great. These are the this is how you use the effects. This is for like really quick. If you just want to use the effect for a split second, and then you have to actually turn it on. What's really cool about this is you're playing a hip hop beat that's, I don't know, 102 BPMs, and you want to do echo out. So you hit that option. Well, just to make sure, you want to tap. These are tap buttons. You tap it to the beat to make sure that it's going to echo on the beat. So this is how you adjust the actual transition, the intensity of it. This is how you toggle through. So really easy to use. You have your, you know, your bass, mids, and highs, and then you have your volume for that channel. You have your master, your headphones, booth session in and out. You got a few of the options here for your headphones. I'm sorry, for your channels within your headphones, and then you got your volumes for your headphones up above. You got transitions, boom, 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 quick in and out. You got your channel faders, smooth, and then you got your main cross fader. This thing's butter. That's exactly what you want. So, and of course in the front you have a few different options here. Very beneficial to adjust the curve, the intensity of that scratch, you know what I mean? So, hooked up to the DJM 909. Oh, you know what? One last thing too. Going from my last mixer to this one, it was night and day. Because for one, the sheer quality, but most importantly, this thing has two sound cards, so one for each side. And you could tell. As soon as I hooked it up via XLR, same setup, same equipment, new mixer, it sounded good. So just to give you guys a heads up, if you're thinking about it, DJM 909, buy it. It's worth it. You'll see. Hooked up to that, I got the Rain SL2 box. Basically, this converts your signal, so your control vinyl you're using is allowed to be played using this interface, taking music from your laptop, which normally I have above. So how does it work? Basically, I have my mixer out, hooked up into the SL2 out, you know, left and right channel respectively, via RCA jacks. And the same thing on the input. I got my turntables going in left and right. So that's how I have it set up. To power this box, you got a quick little plug, and then it plugs right into the side of your USB. So that's how it gets its power. Real easy setup, super efficient. So I got the dicers, I got the M44, I got the mixer, I got this hooked up to my MacBook Pro. And what's cool about it is on the back of my mixer, I have another out, which is called a booth session out. I got RCA jacks hooked up to that, and then it goes to a 3.5 millimeter. So what I like to do is when I'm mixing, when I'm having fun, I like to record my stuff. You know, I'm just a real harsh critic of myself. I want to hear how it sounds immediately. So I'll press record, I'll upload, you know, I'll make sure it's sufficient. And if it makes the cut, I'll go ahead and upload it to my website after I make a few adjustments. But I basically plug this into my MacBook Pro, go into the settings, and make sure line in is basically checked on the drop down menu. The reason being is if you don't do that, it's going to take the sound quality from your speakers or people in the room, like myself at the moment, as opposed to taking it from the mixer. So you got to change the settings in your computer. So save you guys some heartache. That's what's going on. As far as the speakers, I'm working with Harbinger, the Harbinger Vari series, 12-inch tops. These things are about, what, 1200 watts each. Good speaker. Good speaker. I got no complaints about it. I mean, they do the job. To be honest with you, very tempting to go out and put a whole bunch of equipment on credit. I didn't want to do that. So very good bang for your buck. I mean, events, couple hundred people. If I need to turn it up, these things are just fine, you know. If I need something bigger, maybe I'll rent them. But for right now, they're super. They do the job. So I'm content. What I like about them is they're active speakers, meaning they have a built-in amplifier. So they sound good. You know what I mean? They got power already going to it. But more importantly, you have 3 input options. You got 1/4-inch jacks, RCA, and then you have XLR, which is the highest quality of balanced input. I got that ring going from the back of my mixer into the tops. A few of the settings here that you have is you have your lows for your bass and your highs, and then you have your master. So you gotta adjust this with the volume on your master, and then your you know, your different faders on your channel faders. Stumbling for words for a minute. Your channel faders on your mixer to maximize the sound quality. So that'll probably be a later video. But what's cool about these is, like most speakers, if you're pushing them too hard, they're gonna flash a blue light, and that's called clipping. So in the event that, you know, you're playing music and they start flashing blue a lot, like for every beat, then you're pushing the speaker. So what you want to do is you want to bring your levels down here and maybe turn them up on the mixer. So again, I'll go through a tutorial in the future regarding that, but this is my setup, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I'm working with. You know what I mean? I love it. It takes me back to the roots of hip hop. Turntablism for me, it's where it's at. I'm a hip hop head. I mix a little bit of everything. Especially lately, I've been getting into the progressive house and a lot of that music. It's fun. It feels good. You know, it's cool to mix, and you know. But for the most part, I'm a hip hop head, and for me, this is the roots. In addition to the speakers, I got a sub. It's not hooked up right now. It's downstairs. It's an 18-inch, again, Harbinger Vari series, and the thing hits. It's like 1500 watts. That coupled with these 2 tops, I need to turn it up. I got the power. So if you guys are thinking about purchasing something that's a little more on the cost-effective side, look into the Vari series, you know, before you get it up into the EVs or the QSCs. But I mean, if you got the bankroll, then do that. I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna purchase what sounds good to your ear. You know what I mean? You could go down on Google or YouTube and research the heck out of everything and find pros and cons. At the end of the day, you think about what you want. You think about what sounds good for you. And if it feels good, just roll with it. That's exactly what I did. So, I mean, for example, these turntables. I bought them used off OfferUp, Let It Go, Craigslist. Those are all 3 good sources. Fortunate enough to be from the LA area, so you know I got a lot of people to choose from. There were a lot of options that came up, but believe it or not, I went to go take a look at a lot of turntables before I copped these 2. Because there's a lot of pristine turntables that there's actually problems as far as turntablism with the tone arm. So that'll be a later video again. I'll give you some secrets of you know, some stuff that, you know, I'm just like you guys. I scour YouTube for the latest and greatest clues and hints to help save me time, because I didn't want to make any mistakes either, and I'm trying to gain as much knowledge as the next person. So a few things to take into consideration, a few tests that you need to do to make sure your equipment is working properly before you purchase. So look out for that video here soon. But this is pretty much it. If you have any questions, please go ahead and drop those down below. Hope you guys like my channel. This was the first of many. Please like and subscribe. So with that, once again, DJ Cam, peace.